Hey everybody, Happy New Year. It is January 3rd of 2022. Thank you for joining me here today. I know I've been off for a little while through the holidays. I haven't been making as many videos, just trying to take care of stuff at home for that time being. But I'm back today and I hope that you're well. And I'm glad to be able to be here with you. And I just wanted to share something with you today. Come a little closer. Okay, that's a little better. And someone's going to probably say I'm being Captain Obvious, but I love food. I love food. I'm a foodie. There, I've said it. I'm also a food clown at the farmer's market at times. I'll possibly share some pictures of that um, at a future time if you guys are interested in that. But yeah, I love food. But there was a point in my life when I used food as a source for dealing with pain and emotional stuff, rather than expressing my emotions or my feelings or my thought, I would stuff them inside me by eating all kinds of different stuff. And there's different organizations and groups where people can meet to deal with those kind of issues, like Overeaters Anonymous or whatnot. But I was an emotional eater for a period in my life. Someone gives you if someone makes negative comments or reactions toward you, sometimes people internalize things, and I was one of those people that would internalize it in that way. But now that I see there are more healthier outlets for dealing with things like that, like using my writing or my music or my art as a way of expressing those emotions. And then in some situations, just being able to work through things and talk directly to whomever is causing the negative feelings, or there's even counselors that are out there that are willing to listen and offer suggestions that can help improve your life. But that being said, I'm a foodie. Yeah. And I'm okay with being a foodie. I'm found that there were some negative consequences to my relationships that I had with food in the past, like the overeating, um, binging on food, becoming physically sick at times because of the amount that I ate, becoming physically sick in a more detrimental way by continuously eating or following a pattern of eating things that were really unhealthy for me. I like pizza. Oh, yeah. I love ribs. I love barbecue. Um, I've eaten pretty much everything except alligator and snake. So I can get down with some food. But not everything that's palatable is really good for the body. And I'm not saying this to be offensive to anyone or to say things that would make any food source companies uncomfortable. I'm just being real from my own experience. And I'm not a medical doctor, and I'm not presenting anything that I say as psychological or medical information. But what I will say is that food changed my life in a drastic way. First, from overeating for a period of time, emotionally eating and overeating, and it caused me to put on a lot of weight. Um, Never became diabetic, thankfully. Became borderline, and when I found out I was borderline, then I had to start backtracking and taking steps to pull myself out of that situation before things went to another level. And thankfully, I was able to do that with the help of a dietitian and my primary doctor and So I was able to work my way out of that. But the issue was still there of me wanting to eat, me liking to eat. I still like to eat. I'm not going to lie about it. I like to eat. I like to taste and try different things. I like the flavor of different things. And I know there's all sorts of diet groups and healthy eating programs and different things that are out there for people. And those things may work for some and not work for others. I've tried a lot of things that didn't really help me lose weight, but it helped me to look at what I was eating in a different way and the reason for why I was eating what I was eating, and the times that I eat. And is my eating social? I mean, and people can say that about other forms of addictive type of behavior, but, was I eating to be social? How could I change my eating patterns even if I'm being social and around other people where I'm being more healthy for myself? And I hope this isn't making anybody uncomfortable because I just want to share from my experience, and you can take it or leave it, take from it what you want. But anyway, I'll fast forward the story. I ate and ate until I ended up having a few heart attacks. And when I say a few, it was like 3 or 4. I had several heart attacks working a previous job that was extremely stressful, and me being always on the go, ramped up, busy, 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 busy being busy all the time. No time for rest, no time to relax, no time to just decompress all the weights and the chaos from the day. And being so busy, I was always grabbing something fast. Fast food, convenience food, processed food. Processed food is very convenient, but honestly, it's not the healthiest thing for the body. Um, but it's convenient and it tastes really good. It's sweet where you need it to be sweet. It's salty where you need it to be salty. And for me, it was something that drew me in because I already had that addictive relationship with food, that unhealthy relationship. And so I gained a lot of weight. And it's like the more weight you gain, the harder it is to get it off. And to get it off, I mean, in a healthy way. You don't want to do unhealthy things and unhealthy patterns to try to lose it because then it'll come back and you'll get double for your trouble. Um, but then I also, my blood pressure went sky high, like through the roof. Like I could have had a stroke through the roof. And when my doctor told me that and sent me to a specialist, it was overwhelming. I knew that I was feeling kind of bogged down and tired. I thought it was just tired from work and the stress and the pressures of work and everyday life. I did not know that my arteries were becoming hard and all these different things were happening. And I was like in a really, really bad, unhealthy way. And got this new fancy French cardiologist, and he prescribed a whole bunch of pills for me. Pills, the one thing that I absolutely hate. That's what he prescribed for me. And I thought, oh man, what am I going to do? I don't want to take all these pills. So I try to take myself off the pills, and then my health gets worse. Then it's like, okay, I better really listen to what my doctor is saying because I needed that. So I listened and I followed his regimen, and I start asking for homework. It's like, how many years have I been out of school? More than 30? But I'm asking for homework because my health matters. So, it's like when you go up to see someone that you haven't seen in a long time and they're saying, hey, how are you today? They weren't doing that with me. Those people that I hadn't seen in a long time were saying, hey, how are you? And the way they were saying, how are you? It troubled me. It made me think, something's really not right. I must really not be as well off as I thought I was. So I listened to my doctor, took the meds that he had me to take, and I said, "Do you have any suggestions for me? What can I do to motivate myself to turn my life around? If there is even an inkling of a possibility of turning my life around, I would love to know how to do that." Oh, get out and go walking more. Even if you walk, pick up the pace, walk a little faster, do more of that. And if you eat this or if you eat that, this will start to help you. And he would say it in such a general way. And I just kind of let it go in one ear and out the other. But over time, I started ordering books online and looking at the books on healthy eating and how to have a healthier body and a healthier life, because that was what was most important to me. Because there are people that are skinny that are really not healthy too. Not to be offensive to anybody, but there are skinny people that are really not eating well and not healthy. I'm just trying to be healthy, number one. And then all that other stuff can follow after that. So I'm reading these books called Back to Eden, and you know, backyard foraging and things like that, and learning about the health and nutritional benefits in food. And I started on the side, kind of peeping around the corner when my friend was teaching a class called Cooking for One. Um, that friend taught that class faithfully, had about 12 people in the class. And like I said, I never really officially attended. I would peep around the corner and watch, and then go up to him later and say, "Hey, could I get a copy of that recipe of da da da, how to make this or that or whatever?" And he would give me the recipes. Then one day he came to me and he said he knew he was dying and that he would probably die within the next week. And he brought out this big binder and the chef coat and the hat. And he said, "This is for you because I knew you were really interested in the food and the health and nutrition, even though you weren't in the class. You were always peeping and always wanting the recipes and adding the recipes to like newsletters and other things. So this is for you. And I hope that you'll carry it on um, and do things with it." And the very next week he died. And it was at that point when I decided to start this YouTube channel. And I thought, should I call it Cooking for One? It doesn't I don't know if that's be right to do that, or wasn't really sure what to call it, so that's why I called it Danette's Kitchen. And sometimes I do cook, but a lot more lately I've been doing all this talking about health and nutrition, because as I follow those steps that my doctors told me and the steps that I've read and I've learned about in these different books and things that I've learned even from chiropractors and herbalists and naturopaths, um, I have watched my health improve quite a bit. And today, yesterday I sent an email to my cardiologist, typing away, and Happy New Year. Just wanted to give you an update on my blood pressure readings for the past couple of weeks. As you'll see, my numbers changed when I made one change to my diet. But now my numbers are so low that it may be unhealthy, and I just want to know what to do. My cardiologist called me at work today, happy as can be. And he's always happy every time there's some good report or something um, positive about my case, because he didn't expect me to last very long when he first met me. Um, he said, "Wow, how do you like this new change to your diet?" "Love it." He said, "Are you willing to eat like that every day?" Absolutely, because I really do enjoy it. He said, "Okay, continue that change, and that heavy medication that you were on will now be canceled because you can't take that and eat those good, healthy foods." I'm glad you're seeing that good, healthy foods has made this change for you. What was that one change that I made? And this isn't one of those clickbaits, obviously, where someone starts talking, change one thing in your diet, and everything is going to be wonderful. Click here and then listen for 20 minutes. Even though I have been talking a long time, I've been telling you the history of my health. Beets, 2 plum-sized beets a day. Eating that has drastically made my blood pressure go down. So much so that the medication that I was on has to be removed, which is awesome because I hate taking pills. I'll take them now if I have to because of the experiences that I've had, but it was that I had to learn through my bad choices. Sorry, bumping the camera. I had to learn through my bad choices um, how unhealthy those choices were making my life. And now that I'm eating proper things and exercising more, not only walking more, I just bought myself some hand weights and I've got um, a bike trainer where you put the back wheel of your bike on to the stationary receptacle and then you can pedal. So I have my electric bike for if I'm really getting out of here. But the old bike that I had that was a cruiser, that one I can use and just pedal away. I'm still getting a workout at home. I bought that bike like super cheap. I paid like maybe $50 for the cruiser that I have. I paid $10 for the dumbbells that I have. I bought those at Target. And I got stretchy bands and things like that. So I don't really have to go out to a health club, which I used to go to the health club and do all of that. But I found that I was paying more of the money, and then I'd think, oh, I really don't want to have to go way over there just to work out and turn around and come back home. But now I can leave work, come home, exercise, get my little workout on here, be totally satisfied. I can't afford some of these products that people, buy into and they get the equipment and they're watching the whole group of people through the TV or whatever and working out at the same time. Wish I could, but I can't afford that. So I have to do what works for me here in my home. And now that I know eating 2 beets a day makes that big of a difference. And of course, am I going to still check my blood pressure? Absolutely. And will I still be notifying my doctor? Absolutely. Do I still like fried foods? Absolutely. Do I still like barbecue? Absolutely. But those things I have to do in moderation. Honestly, it's my life, just like it's your life. And we all have choices that we have to make for what's going to work and not work for our lives. But truly, we are what we eat. And they used to say that all the time when I was in the 4 H club a zillion years ago. But yeah, we actually are what we eat. What we put into our body makes a difference with our health, our wellness, our well being, even the strength that we have in our joints, um, our ability and capacity to retain more things in our memory. There is a huge difference, all based on what we eat and how we eat. When I started having problems with my knees and my joints, I started adding turmeric to my food because as I was reading, it helps reduce that inflammation. So add the turmeric and continue to move. Doesn't mean add turmeric and then sit like a bump on a log. You have to continue to be as mobile as possible. And even if that doesn't seem like it's very much for you, you do what you're able to do and you continue those repetitions until things improve and you can do more. Thank you for taking the time to listen to me kind of ramble on today. Garlic's also great too. Very good for blood pressure, cholesterol. Yay. Not saying it as a doctor. I am just saying it from my own experience. But thank you for joining me today, and I hope you'll continue with me on this journey into this new year. It's a new year. This is our season to make changes in our lives for the better. Um, but the choice is yours. It really is. But I just had to share with you my good news. And I hope that on your journey this year, that you'll, at least do like a dream board or something, or take out a piece of paper and write down a list of goals that you sincerely want to achieve this year and gotta be things that are attainable. Don't just say things that are just out of this world, like climbing Mount Everest if you've never climbed anything before, but things that are reasonable and that have a possibility of some achievement to it. Even if it's something as simple as I want to change how I eat for the better. I, I want to eat in a way that doesn't involve eating because I'm emotional. I want to eat for my health and to be healthier. Just some thoughts for you. Thank you again for joining me today, and I look forward to talking to you again soon.